Hey guys, what's up? Love ya. And before watching Crazy Rich Asians, I used to be very judgmental of anybody who would be take into account somebody's financial state prior to marriage. And this title of kind of changing my mind, I guess I should say that I haven't changed it completely, but it's helped me, it's kind of opened my mind and helped me see the other side, the other opinion, and to realize that I think there are some legitimate points there. So basically what I'm saying is as much planning as you can do beforehand, as many things you can check off and make sure are okay, the better. So I don't completely agree with the idea of, just marry a wealthy person, certainly. I don't agree with the idea of has to be this way or whatever, but I do think there has to be super agreement upon the big things, and I maybe didn't think that so much prior. I was thinking more just love, have strong emotion for somebody, and have the same sort of moral beliefs, so religion and things like this. But in watching particularly this scene where they're playing, I forgot the name, that ancient Chinese game, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, somebody might comment it. When they're playing that game in Crazy Rich Asians, and the mother says something about we make things that last. I forgot exactly the dialogue there, but that was basically what made me kind of see the other side. And also going through certain things in relationships, I guess maybe helped a little bit. So I guess I'll list the things now that I think it should add on to just the moral beliefs and having a good person and loving the person and whatnot. I think also having agreement upon what is going to happen with the money, and who's going to make money, how much you're expected to make, how much you're expected to work, and so on and so forth. I think generally what the healthiest thing is that people are always going to have good communication and try to move forward in life and be productive to some degree. And even within that, I think it's healthy maybe some people take a break in life, and especially if you have a really intense sort of job, maybe take a sabbatical. So the details can be worked out, but generally what I'm saying is moving forward in life. And I do think you're not going to be able to get everything, because if two people for some reason come to a point where one person is not making much money and the other person feels like they want to switch careers or something, you're never going to be able to plan for everything in life, but trying to plan for as much as you can. And so if one person's making a ton of money, that helps a lot, or if both are, because if problems come up, a lot of times you have the luxury to stop for a while, or change careers or whatever you want to do. So I understand more of that. I understand financial things are one of the biggest reasons people get divorced. When people are in poverty, it causes it can cause mental health issues, physical health issues, if you don't have, good insurance. Just sort of misery if you see other people enjoying life and you can't really do much. It can just be hard. Just can cause a lot of problems. If you're living in a bad area and you can't afford to get out. So, again, I forgot exactly what the dialogue was. It kind of made me see that point of that perspective more so. But yeah, the practical things in life, again, if you want to have children, if somebody has a disagreement upon who wants to have children, what you're going to do, where you want to live, how you want to live, do you expect the other person to do things with you a lot? Do you like being in sort of independent but doing things together once in a while? Like even things like that, I think, are looked over a lot, but that can make a big difference in a relationship because, when you get into a relationship, generally people want to hang out a lot. Not always, but people want to be close and hang out, and then later on comes like the real personality of how much you want to be around this person, how much you want to see them and talk to them, and how a lot of people are fake extroverts. So that's a big thing to kind of really figuring out, because some people want to be real talkative, and then they meet somebody and they're real talkative, and then some years later, when the person doesn't feel like pretending anymore, you get the real personality of somebody who's not real talkative, not real conversational, not just fairly introverted. And it's like, I understand people put on this front because it's easier to get a connection with people if you are a people person, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. The person who is better looking gets more attention. Socialites, so on and so forth. There's a lot of things that you can do to make yourself get more attention and get more of the type of attention that you want. And I think being very clear about what you want and don't want, and expect and don't expect, and because sometimes people kind of go, oh yeah, I agree with you, but they might only slightly agree with you, and then when you get into a relationship, you find out that what you talked about, they might not even really agree with you. They might have just been saying it, or they might have changed their mind, or they might have, kind of just agreed with you or just not disagreed with you, and you took that for agreement. So there's just so many things that you can try to plan for, and if I were to make a list of it now, it would take me a long time. But kind of like what I said before, who's making money, how much are you working, how much are you doing productive things. Some people like to just hang out a lot and not do much. Some people like to go out every chance they get, and then there's everywhere in between. And like I said, when you meet somebody, you might want to go out and do things a lot, but then their real personality of just hanging out in the house might kick in, and then you have that disconnect there, and vice versa. So that sort of thing, lifestyle, and like I said, where you want to live. Things like how much money do you want to give to charity, how much, obviously religion thing I said before, that was one of the things I already believed in, but believe should find common ground on. But I still believe that. And if you want to have children or not, and then what one thing to do, I think, if possible, might not be really possible. It's sort of like going to war, but if you have a disagreement, then what would be the procedure to go if you have a disagreement? And why I said that's kind of like war is like, once you get somebody cornered in war, the rules kind of go away. They're going to use whatever they can to win. So if you are on the right side of your agreement, and the other person is really against whatever the decision you guys previously made, they might go nuclear and just forget all the rules that you set up and all these things. So again, you can't plan for everything, but trying to plan for as much as you can, I think, is very prudent. And it's one of these things. It's like at this point, I don't think at all that it's something that would ruin like romance. I guess that's not entirely true. I definitely could see it if like you guys were romantic and then you came across these disagreements and it didn't work out. But it's not going to work out if you anyway. If you might as well do it now. Do it now. Save yourself some years of wasted time with somebody. And just set up for a much better life than kind of going with these romantic feelings, and you don't want to ruin things, and then you're digging yourself into a hole that you're going to have to dig out of, and that could be a nightmare. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I don't agree entirely in that. Again, I don't think money is everything, and I think but it could be something that doesn't matter at all. There's plenty of couples where it's like, yeah, I'll make the money and you stay here and you organize everything else in our life. You plan our trips, do the organization, deal with financial things, it's organization, etc., etc. Like, I think that might be a okay setup. I think the person who's doesn't have a job might be able to do something part-time or whatever. But it's up to the couple. But if they decide on something, I think that's the right thing to do. Decide beforehand and try to figure out what to do, in case of contingencies, if somebody changes their mind or their feelings change or whatever. Again, I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself. You can't plan for everything, but plan for as much as you can. That's kind of the bottom line. And yeah, so let me know what you think. Love ya. Have a good one. If you would comment and like and subscribe, that'd be cool. And thanks. Take care. Have a good one.